I come to the House tonight deeply troubled by the recent announcements from the New South Wales Government to cut public sector positions across the state, and almost 60 just in the Orange electorate. These reductions are impacting essential services within TAFE New South Wales. I note the Minister's at the table. The Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development, or DPIRD, and Transport for New South Wales. These aren't just numbers on a balance sheet. They represent individuals whose livelihoods, families, and ultimately communities will feel the ripple effects. For more than 130 years, TAFE has been the bedrock of vocational education in our state, delivering training that powers industries and bolsters workforce capacity. Yet the government's plan to eliminate around 100 non-teaching roles, largely administrative, worries me greatly. Although teaching positions are reportedly safe from cuts, the removal of these critical support roles threatens TAFE's ability to function effectively, adapt to student and industry needs, and meet a surging demand in many of the courses. Meanwhile, the DPIRD, whose headquarters are based in Orange, faces cuts of up to 165 positions, or roughly 4% of its workforce, with 45 of those jobs expected to be lost from Orange alone. Over 75% of the DPIRD staff serve in regional areas, and the planned reductions cut across vital teams including regional development, agriculture, biosecurity, and program delivery. Agricultural stakeholders have raised alarms that research and biosecurity roles, especially around pests like varroa mite and fire ants, may be under threat, reducing our preparedness and resilience to natural hazards. To add salt to the wounds, these cuts arrive amid a cost of living crisis. Workers losing their positions will reduce spending in local economies. Regional job seekers face added burdens like relocation, dislocation of families, and fewer alternatives compared to the city job market. And with a lack of public transport in the country, it makes it harder to move from different towns to chase employment. Public sector roles in regional New South Wales often anchor local economies. Cutting them undermines not only individual stability, but also broader community resilience, affecting everything from spending to employment. Many of those facing potential redundancy are not guaranteed redeployment or support, creating widespread anxiety and uncertainty amongst those affected communities. Although the government may frame these efficiency measures as necessary for fiscal consolidation post-COVID, these positions represent investment in services, expertise, and frontline response. A more considered approach will involve redeploying and retraining existing staff to meet evolving service demands, rather than wholesale cuts of both critical capabilities and its people. I urge the government to urgently reconsider these proposals. Given their disproportionate impact in regional communities and the current economic pressures facing many residents, cutting roles that underpin education, biosecurity, and agricultural services is not mere budget savings, it's weakening the foundations of a resilient and prosperous community. Speaker, the strength of New South Wales lies in its people, especially those working in the essential public institutions across our regions, and it is our collective duty to support them, particularly in times of economic uncertainty. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
I appreciate, Speaker, the member for Orange's comments there, and I can understand why, if he'd read some of the media or listened to the opposition, he might have some of those concerns, and I appreciate what a great representative he is for our community. But and I did talk a little bit about the Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development in the House in question time this week, but I just want to focus on the TAFE comments that he made. In net terms, the member is actually going to see a significant increase in TAFE staff from this government. We've seen a restructuring which has gone on in TAFE to create a faculty model, and we now have to change some other areas of TAFE so that we can actually implement the faculty model. The faculty model will relate directly to industries. It'll come back into regional communities and do the planning for their needs directly with them. So of that 100 people that the member mentioned that are affected, about 40% of those jobs are in regional areas. They'll be spread right across. They're not teaching. In fact, we've significantly increased the teaching staff and we've put 3,500 people into permanent jobs, giving them more resources to actually deliver services to communities like his.
Thank you.